fellow Trojans. Today we are back here with a Rome 2 Divided et Impera Overhaul Mod multiplayer battle. So this is going to be the start of a new series since Rise of Mordor. I have done a lot of content on it, guys, and really I'm just waiting for the next update to come out. So me and my good friend the Medjay of Faiyum are going to be starting a historical multiplayer battle series. So for today, okay, so I'm going to go back real quick. This is not going to be just for Rome 2. Okay, we might do it with 1212 AD, we might do it with Attila, we might do it with a bunch. It's just historical battle scenarios. Okay, so for today, we have the Dacians led under Decebalus, okay, and his first sortie over winter sortie, like he did before the Dacian wars against the 5th Macedonica. Okay, so what happened is, if you guys do not know, Decebalus started by making the Romans mad by raiding into Moesia and, just raiding and doing all that stuff. So the governor of the Roman province of Moesia brought the 5th Macedonica out to confront Decebalus. So that will be our historical battle for now. I don't know the exact battle's name. I don't think there is one. So we also did a Gaugamela battle, which will be up later this week. And don't worry, guys, I will get another couple parts of my Rome campaign out. Simply, I've just been so busy at work, guys. I've been working like 12-hour days, Monday through Friday. So when I get off work, I'm just tired and I don't want to record. So just please bear with me with that. It should get better. So let's go ahead and look at our army here. Now over here on our right flank, we'll start with the cavalry. So over here, we have some Gedai chosen horsemen. All right, just literally wearing caps. It's kind of weird. Some have helmets. And then over here, we have some Dacian chosen falxmen. Then we have some scorpions, obviously, because if you guys do know, or if you guys don't know, Decebalus did manage to get some Roman engineers in order to help him build Roman artillery. The Dacians weren't just like standard barbarians that the Romans faced. That's why I love them so much, is they actually went toe-to-toe with the Roman legions and won on several times. And it took 10 whole legions, maybe more, 20 legions to take them out under Trajan. All right, so here as our main line, we have some Dacian foot nobles. Okay, and then we have some Gedai heavy hoplites. Obviously, you can see they're pretty well armored. These guys will pretty much be the backbone of our main center line here. And then right here, we have some Sarmato Dacian elite archers for our archer force. And we have Gedai armored archers. Then behind here, we have some Dacian swordsmen. These guys are some heavy melee infantry. These guys should be able to go toe-to-toe with the legionaries. And we also have some stone throwers over here. We also have Decebalus right here with some Dacian royal cavalry. Very nice horsemen here. Over here on our left flank, we have some just normal Dacian falxmen. Some very light melee infantry, but they do have a lot of melee attack, and they are super good against infantry. And the weapon damage, as you can see, is also pretty high. And then over here, we have some famous Dacian cataphracts. These guys are really going to be our bread and butter in this battle, guys. These guys are going to be an absolute necessity. All right, so over here, as you can see, he has a lot of legionaries, guys. And when we went into this battle, I did not think I was going to win. Okay, I mean, I know the Dacians historically won, but, we're obviously not going to play like that. We're still just going to take sets of armies that would be relative and put them in a historical context and then see who wins. So anything, we're making our own history on some of these. So yeah, he's going to advance his force, and as you can see, he just has a massive line of legionaries here. He's got some Evocta Germanica, some Legionary Clibinarium, some very heavy legionaries here. As you can see, they're wearing the armor in order to counter our falxes like Trajan did. So that will be interesting. He also has some warhounds, which I've never, really used or seen anybody use. That's interesting. This guy is Imperial First Cohort over here. Where's his general? Oh, there's his general. His cohorts Pretoria. He's got some Praetorians right here. It's not very smart to put your general in the front ranks. I don't know why he did that, but very well. We're gonna go ahead and advance our forces. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, no. There you go. Usually never have problems with performance, especially with Rome 2. So they're going to be advancing, obviously, in 2 lines for the most part in the center. Over here, they're just going to kind of extend a little bit. I'm really not too worried about his cav. I know my cav are superior to his, so I'm not really too worried. Really need to start having these onagers. I'm going to have these onagers start targeting his general because he did put his general up in the front. As you can see, we are starting to hit him as much as possible. Try to take him out, really give us a severe bonus when it comes to morale. So the 5th Macedonica is going to advance across the field in obvious Roman arrogance, thinking that this is just another barbarian tribe crossing the Danube, think that they could just easily take them out. But this isn't just any barbarian tribe, guys. This is the Dacians. Alright, so I got my Scorpions moved up. They're going to start targeting that general unit as well. He's going to try to send his cav out to come face my Medjay chosen horsemen. So we're going to go ahead and get a good charge in here. We're going to split off, go try to chase that one unit down. Then we're going to redirect them to this unit. We spread another unit around, try to flank this unit, really just try to seal their fate. We got our archers firing now. Our archers, we definitely have a missile advantage. He didn't bring any archers. He just brought the Marian Legion javelinmen. Some Velite units. And they are starting to drop from this arrow fire here. And his general, as you can see, has lost 40 men. Really need to target him a little bit more, so I brought my Scorpions up, redirected their fire. First, they're going to try to whittle down this elite Imperial Eagle cohort, but I ended up taking control manually and shooting some shots, as you can see, into the cohorts Pretoria. And they're starting to get hit by our jabs here. General's in a load of hurt. They're throwing their Pelum now and absolutely wrecking my Scorpions. These guys should be able to hold the line pretty well. Starting to chuck their Pelum into our heavy hoplites here. Pretty devastating, but they do have some pretty good missile defense. Alright, so we're shooting over. We've pretty much taken out this legionary Jav guy right now. He's going to charge his war dogs in against my Phalanxmen. That's fine. Over here on our left flank, our Dacian cataphracts are in combat with his Imperial Legionary Cavalry, and they should be able to pull through. Not really too worried about that fight. So I went and charged my Phalanxmen in against these legionaries. If you guys know or do not know, the Dacian Phalanxmen wreaked heavy damage on the Romans, guys. It was an absolute pest, which led Trajan to actually give them more armor and absolutely increase the amount that they spent on armoring up their troops, because heads were getting chopped off, arms were getting chopped off, legs were getting chopped off, and then on top of that, they would hit, even if they just got a straight strike on the Roman helmet, actually crunch the Roman helmet and crunch the skull beneath. And then they would actually go underneath the shield wall when the legionaries were in shield wall, and they would hit their legs and their ankles. Caused only a lot of deaths, a lot of injuries. Alright, so as you can see, his general only has 99 guys left, and he was wavering just not that long ago, so that's good. I went home and brought these Dacian chosen Phalanxmen up and around, so that way we can charge right into the back of these cohorts of Octon. I'm bringing my cav in now to get some rear charges. His general did break, so that's definitely not a good sign for our good friend Medjay of Faiyum at the beginning of this battle. These Dacian Phalanxmen actually, they're very light armored, but they actually did hold quite well against these legionaries and actually did cause quite a bit of damage. 115, 123 kills. These guys got 92, not great. These guys got 48, which is, it's all right. So I went up and brought some of these Dacian swordsmen up to go try to contain our left flank here, because I knew our light armored falxmen weren't going to be able to hold that flank very well. Over here, our Dacian chosen falxmen are actually doing quite well, and he did deploy his legionaries into box formations to try to stop our cav attacks, which was smart on his part. It was very smart on his part. And it looks like his main line's now coming in, and they're going to come in and crash in against our hoplites. And our hoplites, I didn't expect them to do very well, but they actually did quite well in holding back the enemy. I went ahead and just charged in these archers, because these swordsmen were obviously used to different, or needed in different spots, especially over here on our chaotic left flank. So I ended up keeping these guys in reserve, and these archers are actually heavily armored, so I charged them into the front line to kind of aid them there. And over here, as you can see, his cavalry did come back to try to cause, tie up our cav. I ended up deploying 2 units to combat them, and I sent the other 2 units around. I also brought 2 more Dacian cataphracts up here, getting in a good charge against these legionaries. These guys were the absolute necessity, and the Dacians did have super good cav guys, good Dacian starvation cataphracts and horse archers. So that's very interesting as well. Absolutely fascinated by the Dacians and Decebalus. One of Rome's greatest adversaries, including Hannibal, I would say. Took the empire on at its height, just being a small barbarian kingdom, and definitely managed to hold their own against the Romans. So over here we are losing a Gedi chosen horseman. That's fine. Over here we are losing a Dacian chosen falxman. But as you can see, our Dacian chosen falxmen are actually holding these guys back quite well. Ooh, brutal decapitation. Alright, and as you can see, our main line is holding very strong, even against 3 units of legionaries. So I went up and brought my general up and around. Decebalus is going to go get some flanking charges in against these legionaries. Kind of pulled out. We didn't cause that many casualties to these Imperial Cataphract legionaries and Legionary Clibinarium. So I ended up pulling those cataphracts out to get seek a better opportunity for a good charge, hammer and ambush strike. And our Dacian swordsmen are also not doing bad against these legionaries here. Well, our general is ready. I'm going to get him reformed just a little bit better for a charge, and he's going to charge in here and crash into the back of these legionaries. Pretty decent charge, and absolutely kind of shattered their morale temporarily. Those legionaries Clibinarium, excuse me. We've got some Dacian cataphracts over here shooting with their bows, kind of harassing these legionaries that are trying to run after us here. Let's go take a look. As you can see, our center is still holding quite strong. To bring some more Dacian swordsmen to come help out these Dacian chosen falxmen, because simply they were under a lot of pressure. So I ended up charging in these Dacian swordsmen to kind of come help out. Kind of overlapped and flanked them pretty well. Brought some more Dacian swordsmen over here to help out. We did manage to outmaneuver those 2 legionaries that he tried to use to chase down our cataphracts here. So they're going to start getting some good charges in as well. Our cavalry over here had a difficult time, especially against their cav. Those legionary cav actually did quite well in, combating our Gedi chosen horsemen. So we're just going to go get some flanking charges in against these Imperial Eagle cohorts here. Try to steal the Roman Eagle and shatter their morale. If their general didn't do the trick, then stealing that Eagle definitely will. Alright, we shattered them over here, which is good. They're starting to shatter over here with our cataphracts charged in over here. Hit them in the side. As you can see, our cataphracts are getting some pretty decent kills. They got 161 over there. Over here, they are still holding strong. I mean, the Romans definitely have, the legionaries definitely do have a lot of morale. And, obviously, as you can see, the majority of the Romans are still holding pretty well, considering that their general died. And the Eagle is surrounded. They're protecting the Eagle. But the Eagle cohort is losing its nerve. Look at this. Oh, they're shaking. He charged in another, what are they, Imperial Cataphract Legionaries in here. Some of our warriors have lost heart and are running. We kind of pulled back here a little bit. So I went ahead and sent my phalanx forward to go and get into combat with them. Really try to knock them out. These Dacian foot nobles are weird. They have these spears in the back, but then, you know, they draw their swords in the front. I thought that was pretty weird. Kind of different between, as you can see. Now, the new 1.3 update did come out for Divide and Impera, guys, and it added actually a lot of great units to a lot of the barbarian factions. And I was a little worried it was going to corrupt my Rome campaign, but it ended up not doing so. So I'm going to make sure to record some parts for you guys here after when I'm uploading this video. Get you guys some of those parts. I know a select few of you do enjoy those quite a bit. And I know some of you might be a little disappointed about the Rise of Mordor, but simply it's just I've covered a lot of the maps, you know, and done a lot of videos on it, and I think that it'd be pretty cool for you historical buffs to witness some of these historical battles, and hopefully this, you guys enjoy this. Excuse me. Alright, well, as you can see, it's pretty much written on the wall here that we ended up absolutely destroying the 5th Macedonica. Roman arrogance. Historically, they only brought 1 legion and a handful of auxiliaries to fight Decebalus and his uncle that came into Moesia to raid. And historically, the Moesians and the Dacians are pretty much the same blood. So a lot of the Moesians actually welcomed the Dacian rule and the Dacians coming into their lands, and actually a lot of Moesians ended up joining Decebalus. But it led to the Roman governor making a very fatal mistake, and he was absolutely destroyed by the Dacians. And then obviously Emperor Domitian, you know, tried to launch multiple expeditions against the Dacians, and they never worked out, and he made an absolute fool of himself. Just he also didn't choose very good generals to lead them, and the Dacians in their mountains and their fortified mountain fortresses and ambush tactics and their armor and their training and their cavalry ended up winning them the day on a lot of those. It wasn't until Trajan obviously brought a massive amount of the empire's legions to bear that this mountain barbarian kingdom actually fell. And they went in such a classy way, I would say. You know, instead of becoming slaves, they ended up all committing suicide, which, you know, you can say what you would like, but I think, you know, that speaks volumes of the Dacians and their god Zamaloxus, I believe. Alright, well, this first cohort's still holding strong. They put all of his men in box formation to try to stop our cataphracts from wreaking havoc. Like I said, it was pretty smart on his part, but really takes away their offensive edge of the legionaries. And our lines are holding very strong. Yeah, see, these hoplites hardly took any casualties. Some of them took some pretty heavy casualties. I guess they, you know, they lost almost, you know, a quarter of their force. Maybe a little bit more. So going fast forward this, as you can see, the writing's pretty much on the wall, and they ended up routing. So that was a victory for the Dacians, and later this week I will be uploading the Battle of Gaugamela with the Alexander submod for Divided Impera, and I'll also be uploading a couple parts of my Rome campaign. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Perry the Trojan out.